Okay, what's going on, everybody? Mr. New to Comics here, and to my reviews. I know it's a little late in the week, and it took me a little while to get the rest of these books up, but I figured I wanted to get them up before Wednesday, so let me make sure I could get to this first book up here, Suicide Squad #1. It's by Adam Glass and Federico Dallaccio. I'm not sure if I'm even saying that right, but Suicide Squad. I like this. I mean, I hear a lot of people saying that they really didn't like it and whatever, and for whatever reason, I enjoyed it. I think for someone that really doesn't know much about Suicide Squad, I don't know the history, this was a good way for me to figure out what they're about, a little bit about each character. It shows you how, Deadshot, how he got arrested, why he was on death row. Then it goes on to El Diablo, and then Harley Quinn, King Shark. It shows you everybody one by one. I like the tie-in with Harley Quinn, how it ties into Detective Comics 1, and I like how they're making sure the universe seems like there's some sort of continuity. I think that was the whole point of this relaunch, even though there's still some problems timeline-wise. Clearly, it's a little crazy, but the book itself I thought was a good introduction to the team. I like the little twist in this book. I kind of seen it coming, but I thought that was pretty awesome. And then I think the cliffhanger kind of leaves you wanting to read the next episode. If you're interested in the characters, you're interested in what happened in this first one, I think you definitely really want to read the second one. So for me, Suicide Squad was really good. I'm going to say at least a 3.5 out of 5, and I definitely want to check out the second issue. I really liked pretty much everything about the book. I think the art is pretty good. The cover is actually really nice. Harley Quinn. I know there's been a lot of uproar about Harley Quinn's nakedness, but I don't think it's that bad, and it's not nearly this bad in the actual comic. King Shark is actually a pretty cool character, pretty funny, and Deadshot is pretty awesome also. So all in all, I definitely would give this at least a 3.5 out of 5, and I should definitely be picking up the next issue of this. Okay, Red Lantern's #1. This is Peter Milligan and Ed Menace. I can't lie, the first time I read this, it was really late. It was actually Wednesday night. I got my comics, and I was reading through everything, and I was a little bit burnt out. It was a long day, and I really just didn't feel this book the first time I read it. I actually posted on my Twitter that I thought it was one of the few relaunch books that I just didn't like. So I decided that I needed to give this a fair shot. I took a couple of days away, and then I picked this one up the other day, reread it, and I definitely was off a little bit the first time I read it. And I think sometimes that happens. Sometimes you're just not in the right state of mind. You're not in the right mood. Do I think it was great? No, but I don't think it was as bad as I thought it was the first time I read it. I definitely am going to probably pick the second one up now that I've read it again. The first time I read it, I planned on dropping this title, but now I kind of want to see what goes on. See, I still don't really like this the Bleeze character, the female Red Lantern. I can't stand reading her dialogue, to be honest with you, but Atrocitus is amazingly interesting. I liked his backstory in this. I liked the thing with him and the Guardian that, well, I don't want to spoil everything for you, but what happens with, his past, his home planet. I think this is definitely worth a pickup and a read, especially if you're a fan of Atrocitus or any type of Lantern fan, because this is pretty good. But yeah, all in all, at first when I first gave this a read, I gave this an honest 2 out of 5, and when I was thinking about it, and after reading it again, it really was not that. So I'd say I'd give Red Lanterns a 3 out of 5, and I'd say I'm definitely going to check the next one out just to see how this storyline develops and see what happens as Atrocitus seems to be slipping a little bit, as the rage seems to be subduing a little bit, and a kind of interesting storyline, and I'd like to see what's going on with that. Okay, Superboy #1. This is Scott Lobdell and R.B. Silva. Now, I've seen a lot of reviews on this. Some great, some very down on it. I thought it was great, and the people that are down on it, they typically seem to say that they got tired of the simulations. So this is a simulation, that's a simulation. And I gotta be honest, I read this over again. I don't know if I'm just missing it. Maybe that's my own fault. But I only see one part of this where a simulation happens, and then they tell you, oh, it was a simulation. There's only one section of it, and I think it works. I think it makes sense. It makes you realize, what Superboy, whose DNA is in Superboy, why these things are happening, why he feels that way, and because Superboy's basically a lab rat in this, and he's created, and I think it builds. Yeah, there's a lot of talking in this, and there's not much action, but for me, a number one is these are setups. A lot of these should just be setting up the story arcs and the action and the stuff that'll follow in the future. I like the last shot of the Teen Titans shot, making you think he's going to infiltrate the Teen Titans. I liked it a lot. I thought it was really, really good, and it's actually one of my favorite books that I picked up. And I didn't actually plan on picking Superboy up at all. So that being said, I gave this one a 4 out of 5, and I just think the writing is really good. The art's solid. It's okay, and I think that this story can be taken in a couple of really good ways, and I like to really see what they do with this. So yeah, again, 4 out of 5. Definitely a good book. Pick it up. And yeah, that brings us to the last book for at least this past week that I picked up. There's a few I didn't. Green Lantern number 1, Jeff Johns. Yeah, Jeff Johns, man. Firstly, this cover is amazing. I really like this cover. I saw the variant and I wanted to pick it up as a collector's item. I wasn't feeling it. I didn't really like it enough to grab it. Like Action Comics won the variant by Jim Lee. I thought was awesome, so that made me immediately buy it. But Green Lantern, I didn't actually pick that up. This book is just great. Really, really great. I like how they have the dueling stories. I like how Sinestro has the ring, and you see him, like, the things he's doing. He doesn't want it, but now he's forced to wear it. I like how Hal is a regular civilian, struggling with bills and rent, and I think that's awesome. I just thought this was really cover to cover good, and this might be the best cliffhanger of the relaunch of all the ones I've read so far. And personally, for me, this is not only the book of the week, this is the book of the relaunch. This is the first book I'm going to give a 5 out of 5 on my review scale. This is the best book so far, in my opinion, and it's just goodness. As soon as you open it up, as soon as you start reading it, and for a person like me that's new, that doesn't know much backstory, I think even though you don't know the backstory, you don't know what happened. Obviously, the last storyline of the old Green Lantern book before the relaunch had, this happened where Sinestro got the Green Lantern ring back. I think he does a good enough job in the book to describe it, and I think he does a good enough job to just let the new readers understand what's happened and get me up to speed. And I think you could really follow this. I don't think you have to know too much. I think this book tells you what's happening while progressing the storyline enough for the older readers and the people that already knew what was going on. And I immediately wanted to read number 2 of this as soon as I was done. So yeah, Green Lantern book of the week, 5 out of 5. That's it for this week. I should be back in the middle of the week with this week's books, and thank you for listening. I'm out.